Joey here again. One thing I'm getting annoyed about is the disrespect we truck drivers get when we're on the road. I can't count how many times I've had people cut me off, flip me off, or don't stop and understand what I'm trying to do. Seriously, people, we drivers get more disrespect than I would like to count for. I could be driving down the road. I'm trying to keep 500 feet away from the front of my truck to the rear of the next vehicle. If a driver does that, they're trying to save your butt. They're not trying to make things difficult for you while you're driving. That's not an invitation to cut in front of that person. We'd have to slow down and make that extra 500 feet again. It's hard to keep pace and try to keep that cushion room to keep from slamming into the vehicle in front of us. If we have to hit our brakes pretty quickly, 80,000 pounds is not going to stop as fast as four-wheel vehicle. Your car, your pickup, can stop many times faster than this thing can. While I'm also keeping in mind don't get too far behind us too. I mean, everybody should actually be keeping at least a cushion room between the front and the rear of the vehicle. I mean, you gotta take account for the conditions as well. But I see drivers all the time coming up and they see an open space, 500 feet, almost a football's worth filled, and they shoot right over in front of me. That's not the reason why I have that much space in front of me. The reason why is if, like I said before, if I have to slam my brakes, I need that cushion room to stop this vehicle. 80,000 pounds is going to have a lot of inertia. It's just going to want to keep going until there's enough friction to really get it to stop. Also, sometimes a vehicle needs to take account that when we rig drivers have to make a turn, we have to make it wide. That means sometimes we have to go one lane to the left to make a right-hand turn. And we have to do one lane to the right to make that right-hand turn. That doesn't mean if you see that open lane, that means don't rush up right beside us. That reminds me of an incident that happened to me not too long ago. I hit somebody because I was one lane to the left trying to make a right-hand turn in the middle of a very tight spot. And yet, that other person tried to zoom in and try to get in front of me as quickly as possible. That's another thing I have an issue with. Stop trying to zoom around us and think that I just don't. This is just something that I get a headache about. It's people trying to they're coming in throwing a fit because we're driving slow. Well, our vehicles, our rigs are tuned down. Sometimes between 63 and 73 miles per hour. That's a long range. But we don't have a choice in the matter. We also have to follow company policies. These also could mean we have to come to a complete stop at a stop sign, which should be obvious. But it also means we have to do a lot of things that may annoy you because it is our policies. Like, I have to keep so many feet in front of me. I cannot just make a right-hand turn on red because you think I'm supposed to turn. I mean, I have to come to a complete stop, then make that right-hand turn. I mean, and this, what I'm trying to get at with that is if you got a 4-way intersection and there's like a merge lane that goes off to the right that doesn't come to that kind of veers off like this away from that stop sign or that 4-way intersection, we still have to stop. America, please. We sacrifice a lot to get the goods you need to buy at the store. The clothes you wear, the food you eat, everything there. We bust our tail to get that stuff to you. It is nonsense that the disrespect we get on the road. I mean, we're taking time away from our families. We're taking time away from ourselves. I mean, we are on the road sometimes for weeks on end just to get the stuff that you need. And yet we have to deal with a lot of idiots on the road who don't take 5 seconds to think what we have to deal with. Put my shoes on your foot. Think about what we have to deal with, our company policies, and this other thing that annoys me the most as well is that if something happens, we are the ones to first get the blame. Not the idiot driver that caused the problem. Because we're told that we should have been able to prevent things from happening. And sometimes we can't always, we're human. We can't always prevent incidents from happening. If you're going to be one of those few that are acting like maniacs, driving in front of us, cutting us off, veering in our lanes, getting about this close from our bumper, and then expect us. Please, people, give us the respect. Give us our space. Hang back. See what we're going to do when we're making a turn, when we're ready to make a turn. Don't be in a rush. We can't help the circumstances. I mean, we got about 70 foot. We are trying to turn in tight areas. And it's not easy. Not as easy as it looks. So, I'm just asking you, please be kind to your fellow truck drivers out there. Remember, we're the ones who have to bring the stuff that you buy the stuff you wear, the stuff you eat, the parts for your vehicle, the vehicle themselves, the lumber that builds the house that you're living in, it all has to come by us. And all we're asking is people be respectful and courteous and be kind to your fellow truckers. And even be a little bit thankful. That's all I'm going to ask. Please have a good day and be safe out there and use your heads.